Hi, my Vestal students. It's Gardener Julia here. Welcome to our first day of virtual garden school. I'm so excited for this year. I am going to bring you into the garden today and we are going to do a tour of all of the new stuff that is growing in the garden. Our plan is we are going to go over some garden and online expectations. We are going to do a tour of our very beautiful garden, and then you are gonna help me harvest all of the winter squash and pumpkins in our garden. All right, welcome to my home. We have 5 garden expectations this year. Some of them you might recognize from last year, and some of them are brand new to this year. Let's start with garden expectation number 1. Be kind to all living things. You might remember this one because it is true in the garden and when we are not in the garden. This year, I think it's especially important that you are kind even to yourself. You might have good days, you might have hard days. I want to make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Can you think of anything or anyone that you can be kind to from home? The second garden expectation is to be brave and try new things. It feels like this whole year is new. We're doing brand new things all the time. I'm sure that you can already name so many new things that you have learned or tried just this year. Our third expectation is ask for help when you need it. We don't expect you to know everything, so please ask us for help. Our fourth expectation says use kind and respectful language. Whether you're speaking to your siblings or your friends or to other people online, we need to make sure that we are using kind and respectful language. Our fifth and final garden expectation is to have fun. Even though garden school is going to be much, much different this year, I'm going to be sharing fun videos from your garden and sharing fun activities for you to try at home. I think it's going to be really, really fun. All right, let's head back to the garden and take a little tour. Our first stop of the tour is at our mighty tomato plants behind me. You all might remember that the last time you saw these really tall garden beds, they didn't have anything in them. Now we have all of our summer plants growing in them, including our tomatoes right here. Tomatoes grow during the summertime. We happen to have little cherry tomatoes. So when I harvest a tomato, I look for the reddest and ripest tomatoes, and they come right off. Pop them in my mouth. Our second stop of our tour is at this very interesting plant right here. This plant right here is growing tomatillos. Have you heard of a tomatillo before? We use tomatillos in salsas and in a lot of Mexican food. I want to go ahead and show you. The tomatillo hides inside of its little shell, but when you flip it over and you pop open the shell, you find a little tiny fruit hiding on the inside. We have Swiss chard. We have kale. We have yummy basil. We have our sunny sunflowers. There is a ton that's growing inside of our garden beds, but there's also so much growing all over the ground of Vestal Garden right now. Does anybody remember what this plant is? You might recognize it from its bright purple and blue flowers. I like to pinch the flowers of this plant off and I pop them in my mouth and I eat them. This plant is called borage. This is corn behind me. What happened to all of our corn? I think our corn got blown over by the wind last week. This corn you can use to decorate your home with. but you can also grind it up and you can turn it into cornmeal or masa harina. If any of you ever make your own corn tortillas at home. This corn isn't yellow though. This corn is all sorts of different colors. So we're gonna open up some of our corn husks and see what beautiful colors there are. The outside of this corn husk, I see yellow and I also see these green leaves. Can you take a guess at what color corn you think is going to be on the inside? Let's pop it open and see. Oh, it's pink and red and purple corn. Have you ever seen corn this color before? Before I open this up, can you take a guess at what color this one is going to be? Is it going to be yellow? Is it going to be red? Let's see. Ooh! This one, what colors do you see on this one? I see dark purple or black, and I see yellow kernels, and I see pink kernels. What? So I'm gonna go ahead and pick these pumpkins. My hope is that I'm gonna hold on to them for all of the fall. Maybe I'll carve them or paint them. I am going to cut this pumpkin off. Its stem is a little pokey. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snip off its stem. And there is our first pumpkin. What are some other things that you do with pumpkins in the fall? Do you carve them? Do you paint them? Do you cut them open and eat their seeds on the inside? I love pumpkin seeds. Do you turn it into pumpkin pie? Do you turn it into a pumpkin curry? There are so many things to do with your pumpkins. Check out all of the squash that we harvested today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you later.